What if saving nature meant becoming an animal? And accidentally starting a war between humans and every creature alive? This movie begins with a young girl named Mabel Tanaka. As a child, Mabel loves animal, and even tries to rescue some animal from school. She takes as many animals she could carry and put them into her bags. But at the end she was caught and was scolded for it. Her grandmother was the only one who understood her and comforted her. She took Mabel to a beautiful place called the Glade, filled with animals. Her grandma teaches her something simple but powerful. Humans aren't above nature, they're part of it. Then after, Mabel and her grandmother protected the Glade and the animals around it. But when her grandmother passes away, everything changes. Now 19 and studying at Beaverton University, Mabel's worst fear becomes reality. The town's narcissistic mayor, Mayor Jerry Generazzo, announces a massive project. He plans to destroy the Glade and replace it with a highway. One day the Mayor Jerry was trying to blow up the Glade, but Mabel rushes in just in time to stop him. She tells him that it is illegal to blow up a pond filled with animals, but he defends himself and says that there are no animals in the pond. Mabel doesn't give up. She tries to make the animals appear, but they didn't. So she refuses to leave the pond, thinking they wouldn't blow it up if she was on it, but she thought wrong. The mayor ordered the construction workers to carry her out and tells her she has got 48 hours to start a petition, get people to sign it, and then he would hear her out. Then the mayor blew up the Glade, which made Mabel furious. She tries getting people to sign her petition, but no one would listen to her. After she had lost hope, she went home, and while watching a video about the mayor, she found something interesting. In the video, he said the state gave him permission to build the highway if only there were no wildlife living in that area. Which means he lied. The next day, Mabel rushes to her school to meet her professor for help while interrupting her class. The professor takes Mabel to her office, telling her that she can't save the Glade, because all the animals in the Glade had gone. They left after the resident beaver moved out, and only a beaver can save the Glade. This sparks an idea in Marble, so all she has to do is to find a beaver, bring it back to the Glade, and all the other animals will come back. Then the mayor won't be able to destroy the Glade. Mabel ran in search of a beaver. She prepared her trap, but could not find any. After she had lost all hopes, she finally saw one and got excited. But this was no ordinary beaver. The beaver turned it back and left. Mabel tried to chase it, and saw it get taken into a van. In shock, she ran after the van into the city. She finally caught the van where it was packed. The beaver jumps out of the van and walked into a building as if it was completely normal. Mabel was shocked but followed the beaver into the building. Despite being very careful, Mabel was nearly caught but escaped. Inside, she discovers something unbelievable. A secret experiment, called the Hoppers Project, carried out by her professor, Dr. Sam Fairfax. A machine that allows a human mind to be transferred into a robotic animal. Not just control it, but fully become it. Mabel thinks Dr. Sam is hurting the beaver, not knowing it was only a robot. After Dr. Sam explains to her, she had an idea. Mabel wanted to use the Hoppers machine to save the Glade, but Dr. Sam totally disagrees with her, saying the project has not been completed. But Mabel doesn't hesitate, because she just found the perfect way to investigate the Glade from the inside. Ignoring every warning, she straps herself in, and within seconds, her consciousness is launched into a robotic beaver. Now she's no longer human. She immediately tries to avoid Dr. Sam and her assistant Nisha, and immediately ran out of the building and hid under a wall. After some time, she came out thinking she is now safe, but immediately an eagle breaks her excitement, ready to use her as a meal. Lucky enough, she escapes the eagle and falls on a tree. She's inside the animal world. Immediately, she starts finding a beaver. All the animals she saw refused to help her out, except a spider who gave her directions. She thanks the spider and ran towards the direction. Then she found something, a massive dam called the Super Lodge, packed with displaced animals trying to survive, and leading them is King George, a kind but anxious beaver king struggling to keep order. But what she discovers changes everything. The animals didn't leave the Glade. They were driven out. Hidden throughout the forest are devices called sound trees, secretly installed by Mayor Jerry. They emit high-frequency sounds that humans can't hear. But to animals, it's unbearable. That's why they ran. That's why the Glade looks empty. Determined to help, Mabel wants to destroy the sound trees. She climbs the tree. While climbing, a bird, which was a robot, sent by Dr. Sam to retrieve the robot beaver, interrupts her. Despite this, she doesn't give up. She held on to the tree until it started to shake, and then collapsed to the ground. And instantly, everything changes. The animals see her as a hero, a savior, a symbol of hope. For the first time, Mabel isn't just fighting for animals. She's one of them. But before she can fully process that, everything spirals out of control. The mayor received a call about the fallen tree and ordered dozens more be planted. Due to the chaos, George takes Mabel to the Animal Council, a powerful alliance made up of different kingdoms: birds, fish, amphibians, and insects. At the center of it all is the insect queen. Mabel presents the destroyed sound tree as proof of human cruelty and suggested something be done about the mayor. But instead of inspiring peace, it sparks something far worse. The council misunderstood Mabel and votes for a squishing, an assassination of Mayor Jerry. Mabel tries to stop them, but in the chaos, she accidentally kills the insect queen. And just like that, everything turns against her. The queen's son, Titus, takes control. A bratty, power-hungry caterpillar who quickly becomes far more dangerous than his mother. He doesn't just want revenge. He wants war. Meanwhile, back in the lab, Nisha and Connor try to rescue Mabel by hopping into their own robotic animals. But the council destroys their avatars, leaving Mabel trapped, alone, with no way back to her human body. The next day, Mabel and George track down the Mayor Jerry to warn him about the crisis. What follows is one of the most insane chase sequences imaginable. As Jerry speeds through the forest, a swarm of seagulls appears in the sky. But they're not attacking. They're carrying something. Or someone. A massive great white shark named Diane, an assassin sent by the council. She's dropped directly onto Jerry's car mid-chase. What follows is pure chaos. Despite this, the council caught them and the scientists and took them to the lab. They forced Dr. Sam to build a robotic clone of Mayor Jerry, so Titus can control it. The plan is simple. Use the fake mayor to activate every sound tree at once, at a deadly frequency, and eliminate the humans forever. With no other choice, Jerry is forced to hop into the robotic beaver body, joining Mabel, so they can free the captured scientists. Now, everything comes down to one final showdown. At the Glade rally, the fake Mayor Jerry, controlled by Titus, begins his speech. Moments away from activating the deadly signal. But just in time, Mabel and her allies arrive, and a massive battle erupts. Animals versus animals. Chaos everywhere. In the middle of the fight, Titus meets an unexpected end. But the danger isn't over, and the Glade is still in danger. The trees had caused a fire outbreak. Realizing there's only one way to stop everything, Mabel makes the hardest decision yet. She and George lead the beavers to destroy the Super Lodge Dam. And as it collapses, a massive flood is unleashed. The water surges through the forest, destroying the construction site, wiping out the sound trees, and saving both animals and humans. When it's all over, everything changes. Mayor Jerry, now humbled after experiencing life as an animal, decides to reroute the highway and officially declares the Glade a protected wildlife reserve. In the end, Mabel graduates college and becomes Dr. Sam's assistant, continuing her work but with a new perspective. And in the final scene, she sits quietly by the restored pond, next to her friend King George. Movie name in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notification for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.